Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my co-hosts here. Hi, ladies.
Good morning.
Hi, Jimmy. Yetu. This is Mama Mileko, as they called you. How you doing? This your fan. Looks like you are the
in appreciation of God.
Yes.
That I am well, healthy, and in good mental and emotional condition.
Your enemies will not prevail.
They failed you.
The arrow went back to sender.
And to be very, very honest, I also have to commend our Minister of Power. It seems like the 7,000 megawatts that they moved to Mariah's house, they showered us some of it in Okwebi. Okay, thank you. You do not know how it is to have malaria
and it's
without power. But there was power in these past 3 days. God will bless you.
Only you know this drama that
a lot of we must actually confess.
You know the Senate is trying to do a kind of removal for him. People are not that appreciative of him right now.
I beg. I think
also,
one thing I like about him is that he's not talking a lot. He's like our governor.
Yes, he's a
just go and do the job. If he feels like he wants to talk, they start questioning him. Then we go and do the job. So we Lagosians, we have a way of working. We don't like to talk too much.
You know they used to blame him of talking a lot before, so he has learned his lesson.
No.
In also appreciating my pharmacist, who I told I do not take drugs. I have Ganoderma lucidum. And the guy said to me, madam, you can take all the herbs you want, including efirin and ugu, any agbo you want, you can take it, but we treat malaria. And you people used to shout, Jumoke is very stubborn. Look, it's the 3rd day of the medicine.
I'm glad.
I'll be treating malaria.
Talking about agbo, my kids are taking malaria and all that. So we have a Yalagbo in TVC. Everybody uses her. I called the Yalagbo, please. My children eat too much sweets. Give me agbo. I took it home, and I gave my kids. My husband lectured me. So you give your children malaria. You give them agbo. I now put what the one they will do for 5 days. The antibiotics. You want to kill my children?
You see, antibiotics and the malaria, they work their own. That agbo is like a multivitamin. It doesn't disturb anything.
I don't
it does its job very
so
well.
sorry,
you should have just bought it to me.
I don't.
Oh.
You don't do agbo at all?
I don't do agbo at all. I don't believe in agbo.
And my mother's
because of
daughter.
measurements. We're not very good with measurements
Dosage.
in yes.
It's you that don't know how to dose it.
No, it's
you know how to do it. It's a cup of tea in the morning and a cup of tea at
What
night.
is a cup of tea?
Oh. That like Shemawo.
Really?
For malaria in my house, yes.
Wow.
If I'm sick, I'll visit my mom. The herbs are at the backyard. It's not like we're buying them.
Okay,
She knows how to
okay. She knows how to combine them.
very well.
That's nice.
Anyway, how you doing?
This morning I wanted to
I'm
rant.
amazing.
I wanted to rant. I'm very upset. You know, it's just
Traffic jam.
so many rubbish happening, and you wonder, how do we have a leader who was elected, who does not know how to utilize human capital in a state, and insults his people so much that, you know, you focus so much on politics. 2 major political leaders in Kogi are playing the people, playing the masses to the extent that people are committing suicide and it is not their headache. One of them is rallying his colleagues to go and share rice. The other one is so let me not use
Calm down,
okay,
calm down.
Doesn't have
Calm
the
down,
idea.
let's just calm
And then
down.
Papa
Let's come to you, madam.
They don't block
Okay.
I
us.
like your outfit. You
Thank
look
you.
really
It's my
beautiful.
design. Thank you.
Ah,
I
nice.
said not
Oh,
me.
really? You close.
Wait. When you say your design,
Yeah.
you drew it?
Yes.
Or the tailor designed it?
No, I designed it.
Oh, wow.
Then the tailor
Anyway,
finished work.
what's up? How are you doing? Any gist
Thank
for
you.
us?
Yes, so I'm excited. You know, I'm a relationship expert.
Okay.
I like to talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've been doing this YouTube views, just use my phone, do a video cast series
Right.
in the car. And I've not been able to do it for a while because I was planning to make it a proper show. But now everything is set, so I'll be shooting the show soon. And my fans are excited.
Just use the show to do small quiz for publicity. Don't
Nah,
worry.
nah, what for you now?
Don't worry. We'll slide it in.
Yeah.
News mentioned today, our sincere appreciation goes to Cornell Media Consult for awarding Your View
Again.
the most outstanding, educative, and interactive show of the year.
Wow.
This
We
year.
agree.
Thank you so much to Cornell Media Consult. I speak to the guy Cornell every time, and he's like, you know, he really respects the show. He loves the show. And thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it. We don't take this for granted. This is some good stuff. Thank you very much. Yes. And we'll do better. We'll continue to do better.
Yes, so.
All right? So let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Right, we're going to start with the punch. Interpol court issue fresh warrants for Maina's arrest. We have extended probe of foreign countries, says presidency. AGF security agencies make presentations to Buhari. Picture here of protesters during the presidential rerun election in Nairobi, Kenya. Malibu oil deal, UK returns $85 million to Nigeria. Ondo may stop free education, says Akeredolu. I reform Nigeria's democratic process, says Jonathan. I released cars for Aisha Buhari's security. IG replies, Misao. I want to be the first boxer with 4 heavyweight titles, says Joshua. Screening. Drama as Saraki Dogara others turned back from Aso Rock. Judiciary abandoned me. I don't want anti-corruption panel job, says Justice Alami. Shagari's government stopped Nigeria from being rice exporters, says Obasanjo. Road constructor. FG okays tax relief for private sector. And 550 megawatts plant. Government, United States of Dangote. Others signed $1.1 billion pact. I'm just saying Dangote anyway. All right, let's see.
Human angle for me is Governor of Ondo State, Governor Akeredolu, saying that he may have to stop free primary and secondary education actually in Ondo State.
Free.
And he's saying he's waiting on stakeholders, to tell him what to do. But he doesn't see the reason we keep on paying free WAEC, free bus shuttle, free this, free that, and people seem to not to take advantage of it. So he's waiting. And Nima asked a very pertinent question. How did he go to school? Let's not take away all the... I know that our population has tripled, quadrupled.
And there's no money.
Maybe our governors have forgotten that, there was a campaign against illiteracy. And that's why we made basic education, primary and secondary, free. That campaign has not stopped. We still have a high level, especially up north.
I don't think he's against free education. He's just saying
No,
for now that we need to invest in education.
Even if we revamp the education sector, we must look outside tasking within to raise monies for basic. University education is an option, but the basic one, get a person literate. Then I wanted to take the Ayo Salami.
Okay, Justice Salami.
I don't think it's in any other papers. He was appointed to head the anti-corruption panel.
Monitoring case.
But thankfully, I appreciate the fact that he turned it down. Although his sentiments are not exactly something that I like, he said that, because the judiciary were not there for him. I felt he deserved his reinstatement, that he was denied. Now they are appointing him for just, head of anti-corruption panel, and I'm wondering, it doesn't matter whether the panel are a complete set of people. This might just be another move to rubbish him. So I love the fact that he turned it down, but there was an epic reply. When the journalist asked him, the CJN and the NJC said they have not seen your letter of refusal. They said, I have sent it. They should be looking for it.
Jesus.
That's the Yoruba translation. Anyways, that's the kind of thing you like. Moving on to the nation, please. $2.1 billion arms deal. Ministers, PEMSEC, others indicted. Picture here of the road we complain about all the time. The Jora Papa Wharf Road at Barracks. Crazy. It says a national nightmare. Budget ready for National Assembly. Row over Jonathan's court summons. And Nigeria recovers $85 million Malibu loot from UK. All right, so the arms deal, they're saying about 2 serving ministers, 3 ex-ministers, and from PEMSEC have been indicted, although we don't have the names in this article, but they have been indicted in this $2.1 billion.
They're also saying that they don't want the report to come out.
Yes, so they're only living is in the initial...
We have been waiting for this report for 2 years, and we just cannot
keep waiting.
Keep waiting. They should stop. They should tell us something different.
The indictment is in the 4th report of the Special Investigative Panel on Arms Procurement in the Armed Forces. And they're saying that Special Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki, former Chief of Defense Staff Alex Bade, 2 ex-chiefs of air staff, and a former chief of naval staff were indicted in this panel. And they're worried why the presidency seems not to be in a hurry to release the reports.
Right. Then this issue of summoning our ex-president, Metua said that, listen, it's not for, he can never be malicious about it, that it's actually just to help defend him. Because the IYC, I think that the Joy Youth Council was saying that how can they rubbish the ex-president by calling him.
And that's because some people are some people are reasoning that, to bring the person of an ex-president as a witness in a criminal trial might be demeaning of some sort, you know.
Very true.
And there's never been any precedent of this.
For Metu to, you know, to be able to establish his
own defense,
he needs the key witness, and that's the dilemma.
Very
So
true. Is the alternative? Let's ask the lawyer. Is it if the president writes a letter, for instance, I directed him to use the money, does that help? Does that help his defense?
Is that acceptable in court?
if it was an option, I don't think the judge would be, you know, allowing a subpoena on the ex-president.
Okay, let's move on to Daily Sun. Saraki Dogara in security check drama at Aso Rock. I'm sorry for the mix-up, Buhari tells Senate President. Let's see. I'll open up on Meina, says Magu. Presidency receives report. Rivers to host UN General Assembly for Africa simulation. Nigerian embassy in unpaid bills scandal. Office without electricity, water, and all that. Metu moves to vacate court order on Jonathan. Obiano's surviving APC gang up in Anambra. Yes. Who was that?
We have the Nigerian.
Okay, I have the Nigerian diplomats.
Oh, yeah, go,
okay.
Go.
The Nigerian diplomats are stranded in Cuba because of the inability of the federal government to remit their allowances. For over 9 months now, they've not had anything, so they don't have access.
Been paying salaries in Nigeria now.
Calm down, but these people are representing you outside the country. There's no access to medical facilities, educational. Their kids have been withdrawn from school and all of that.
Did you hear that we closed down the Nigerian house in America? The whole America.
You calm down first. You know, the permanent secretary has directed the relevant department to handle the issue, so hopefully something will happen.
High-profile visitors went for dinner at the...
How are you dramatizing what was
I don't know.
I don't know.
They went there.
Establish the story.
Saraki Dogara.
Saraki Dogara got
went for dinner.
Number 3 and number 4.
Osumi.
High profile.
They entered now. So the Saraki and Dogara entered. They saw the president.
Okay.
It was the other ones that were asked.
They had to go back.
Go and read it. We are reading.
They went for dinner. So some very, very overzealous security man just looked at them and said, okay, step aside for search. Okay, because of security detail, and they thought that it was very disgraceful and embarrassing of them, and they turned back. Mr. President felt them, you know, he felt their sentiment, and he has apologized.
Let me say the part you've missed
there.
Really
not...
Number 3 and number 4 have security passes. They have it already. So when they got there, they had no issue. They didn't stop them. They allowed them in. But the other members of the House don't have that special pass. So unfortunately, they had to take them through a rigorous search. They didn't like the rigorous search. They felt it was demeaning, and then they left in anger. But the number 3 and number 4 entered, saw the president, and the president saw them and apologized.
Should we be objective, Sha? He's our president, so.
Yes,
not anybody cannot
just
come for
look
dinner.
and just enter
like that.
Because they came for dinner, I felt they had been invited, and I felt the person of the Senate president and the Speaker of the House of Federal
was
Federal
enough
they are not,
to
they are
allow
not
such
small.
people pass along with them.
Exactly.
Do you understand, Mariah?
That's
if I'm very close to the number 3 man, I can follow him because I'm his friend.
It doesn't matter.
That's
How
the
you
idea.
follow? You should have cover you now. That's Nigerian thing now.
You can't do that. DSS never
Mugbamoya, how
allowed
do
that. Final
Same
paper.
DSS that was protecting me now.
Vanguard, our final paper. I didn't take any vehicle from IGP, says Aisha Buhari. Senator Misal's allegations baseless. Says vehicles meant for escorts in Mrs. Buhari is a convoy. Insists IGP Idris did not manipulate his retirement age. IGP exposed Buhari's wife and others, says Misal. Shetima Dixon Alele Williams Tinubu sue for quality education. FEC approved 2018 budget proposal, sets up road trust fund. Abaja loot. Switzerland agrees to repatriate $321 million to Nigeria, says the AGF. We followed laid down rules in paying Guazo severance package, says SEC. Wanted Maina's governorship campaign posters flood Abuja and Kaduna. Security operatives abort PANDEF meeting in Port Harcourt. And 2015 poll. Why I considered defeat, says Jonathan. I'd like to talk about Jonathan's story because
go ahead.
Yes.
You have that story?
Yes,
Please
I
go
have
ahead.
that story. I was really impressed when I read it because I respected what he did by, you know, considering that defeat before the result was released. It showed that he had the people at heart more than he had wanting to. That's my own. See, that's my own. That's
Don't let them intimidate you.
He said we have another story and you are still talking.
He said we don't really need courts every time.
Court process.
Yes, to ascertain if the person has won or not.
Okay,
So
Straight on to the headline, Ojare. So in the ongoing feud between the Inspector General of Police and Senator Misau, the Inspector General of Police has come out to say that Senator Misau misinterpreted him as in saying that he gave 2 vehicles to the president's wife, Aisha Buhari, that he didn't. That as the IGP has the authority to second vehicles to her security detail, which is what she did. People were also dragging the president's wife to come and deny. Don't be telling us you are driving your private car. We know. Did you collect cars? She has come out and said,
okay,
I did not
say what?
this is not exactly different.
she has come out to say, I did not collect
Collect
any
He did not.
cars.
But in defense of Senator Misau, these were, according to him, these were part of proof of evidence in the charge against him by the IGP and the Attorney General of the Federation. They made public private documents from the ADC of the wife of the president to the IGP for our own security detail. The cars were meant for security, but they made it public. Okay. And so Misau was not alleging. He was making, bringing out proof of what they are charging with. They made it public.
We just say what the paper said.
It's what the paper
That's
said.
what if I say.
It's what the paper said. Sponge that said.
So let us, hopefully the paper says are nothing now. We're not saying
So it's
review,
Sponge.
but
You can quote Sponge.
that's all we can take on front page review today. It's Friday, so still not making anything too hard. We're going to discuss, I think our guest on Hot Topic, we're supposed to have, I think, 3 crowns. Unfortunately, they didn't come. And our celebrity guest too absconded. So we're just gisting today. So first, you're not supposed to wear a white dress on your wedding day. Why do people actually wear white dresses? Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So the former, the expert to the ex-president, Goodluck Jonathan, Reno Omokri, came out to state his opinion on the relationship. According to him, a virgin bride, there is no purpose for wearing a white dress, as they should be putting on a red one instead. He further mentioned that wedding night should be the only time a woman sees what the husband's room looks like. He sees what wife's panties should look like also. Also, the Lagos State Commissioner for Health says 24.2% of Lagos women have had sexual relations before the age of 18. These are just opinions. What are your thoughts on these 2 different opinions? Tweet to us at TVC Connect, please. Hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Let's start with Reno's point that, in fact, I would even want to change the direction a bit to, why are we still wearing white dresses on our wedding days? What exactly is the rationale behind it? And we understand the issue of purity and all that, but does that still hold today?
Neo-colonialism. Everything white is pure. Everything black is dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they brought the culture. Before they came with their white wedding,
We're getting married.
did we not used to do traditional wedding in our traditional attires? Gaily dressed in different colors. It didn't matter if you were wearing yellow or red on your wedding day. As far as your husband people found you at home,
Right.
And how did they find you at home?
Virgin.
they must bring the white cloth.
Simple. White money.
No, you see
But the
that
thing
one
is-
of white cloth is the one
thing-
that will show the red stain well, to show that they met you at home.
The thing is, for me, we like to be more Catholic than the Pope.
God bless you.
I see no reason why we still should be wearing white. In fact, on my wedding, I wanted to wear something like this, traditional. And everybody was like, are you okay? Are you crazy? No, you can't wear that. Oh, it has to be white. Why are we still copying them?
Yes.
Is this
We
an
have our
admittance?
traditions.
Is this an admittance that, girls are no longer pure? Or that or our values of virginity and,
I have a question.
and chastity are no longer important?
We've redefined what
that's not
purity
it.
is.
No, is that an admittance that our values of chastity
Alaja.
And virginity are no longer important.
No,
I'm
it's
just
very
asking.
important.
On
That's
the
not
day
the
of-
point.
On the day of your Nikai, what color did you wear?
I'm not a color person. I wore blue.
You wore blue. That's all right.
Did it change anything?
Wait,
then?
you very wait. So, which shade of blue?
I wore silver inner and.
I just wanted to
that's
know
what
how
my-
dark and impure
my,
you were.
My
That
Nikai
you were wearing
was gold
blue.
and
Yes,
cream.
based on the
gold
color.
And cream lace, yes.
So the point I'm driving at, and you were very pure.
Very pure.
Your husband, who was marrying you, knew he had never touched you. Your father could vouch that you had never been touched.
Bam.
It did not matter what color you were
wore.
wearing. Now, yes, we do have a culture and tradition of wearing white because of the colonialists, right? And growing up, I used to hear it said that the reason this person is wearing cream is because
The person is no longer
they are no longer
intact.
a virgin.
Yes. Okay, that's a
And
misconception.
you, ordinarily, as a woman who wasn't a virgin, for instance, if you already had a child, you choose a cream or a pink
A pink,
dress. You know,
Yeah,
yes.
we do
Yes,
pink,
now, that was
light
it
pink,
now.
baby pink.
In these days, with the recent statistics, where to find a virgin is 1 out of 1 million. Let's just forget colors.
Even with
You cannot
pregnancy,
say
they
1
wear
out of 1
white.
million.
I'm saying.
Pregnancy,
Yes,
heavy.
And
You see white.
There's this one church in Alausa. But anytime you say, I'm going to get married in clinical church Alausa, or the way she's either pregnant. Because if it's your church, either redeem money of the church, they will know that you
they
are
will
okay.
check you, make
But the
sure.
moment we see clinical, you go Alausa, either she's pregnant or
But
there's something
I
that's.
honestly think we should be original.
What does that mean?
Be yourself. Our culture, my traditional outfit is, although it's a white cloth, but it's not a wedding dress.
Right.
So I tie a white
So
cloth
it should
on
be
my
very
chest.
traditional.
Yes, and even this white wedding thing, I don't know. I did it,
Well,
but I felt it was a waste of my hard-earned money because we saved for that wedding and we wasted everything, and people cannot even remember if they ate or not on my
Till
wedding.
tomorrow,
And that has passed.
Till tomorrow, only me, God, and my chief bridesmaid knows how much I paid for my wedding dress.
Are you
Nobody,
telling me?
because
They
I
sprayed me
couldn't
only
open my mouth
30,000 naira
to my mother
after all the
and
money.
even my husband to be like, this is how much we're paying for this dress.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it specially made. So we invest so much money.
So much.
But do we need to go through all that drama?
Really not
don't
our
think so.
custom. You see, that stems from, this neocolonialism Jumoke was happening on. A lot of times, marriages are a reflection of the society where everybody is from.
Okay.
The white wedding is not our thing. Our thing is to whether you tie the double wrapper, you put blouse, put gele, like I did for my reception. And you dance because I remember at my wedding reception, as I was going in, they played one song. The band was playing, I said, woo, go and get me my traditional piloli from Auchi. They played, I danced, I was so happy because, that's the opportunity to really dance. I cannot have that opportunity
Right.
again. So those are the reflections. People would come to that wedding. For instance, you are Yoruba and you attend my wedding. You are supposed to see a bit of, where I'm from. That's me taking ownership of where I'm from, but we've missed it.
But the issue of color code, that's the point Omokri was trying to state. Do we need to be able to say, okay, even though you're wearing your
The pointer
traditional,
of chastity.
even though you're wearing your traditional, should there be that way of saying, okay, this one is virgin, this one is, do we need that?
For what
Who
now?
wants to know?
Listen, right? I agree that if it was talked to, and everyone knew that if my dress is a little stained,
They will know.
Everybody will know. Maybe it's
That
a lie.
could have
oh.
helped.
It's a lie. Because
People were pretending.
I have that people now help themselves. They have other kinds of sex and they still remain virgin.
Yes. And they have other
She was
kinds
talking
of
about
things that can
You
arrange.
know,
You defined it. You said,
Yeah, I was saying, for me, there are different kinds of virgins. They have the primary virgin,
The secondary.
the secondary virgin, and the tertiary virgin.
Please define.
Every woman wants to be a virgin. Yes. So the primary virgin is the type that has not been
At all.
at all
The secondary. Nko?
really intact. The secondary, some things could have happened by mistake, you were not sure,
By
you were
intention.
not, but even by intention and all of that. But you decided to, hold back before getting married. Maybe that new person hasn't gone there. Then the tertiaries, people like us, after 3 kids, we are still claiming virgins. So.
But the point is, we all agree, and it's our culture, it's our value and our moral fiber, that hold yourself. We've even seen that, premarital sex comes with a lot of issues. Trust issues. You don't trust your husband. He doesn't trust you. He didn't meet you at home. So you say you are going to the market. He's checking.
Wondering.
You know. But if he met you, maybe there will just be a little more trust. So we know
Okay,
that
why
we
is there so
must.
much pressure on us women? What are the boys?
It's not, you see, Morayo, see, I'm going to
What are
talk
the
about
boys?
women. I saw a movie, a Yoruba movie, about a young girl who was pressured into getting married. And in the course of it, she got pregnant before getting married. Unfortunately, she got pregnant for a married man who had HIV.
Jesus.
The simple solution would have been abstinence. So when they say be chaste, sometimes it's not necessarily about, you see, God in his wisdom that, made things the way they are.
The same person that tells
if she had been
girl-
chaste, because it was 2 weeks to the wedding that she was, they gave her the shock and she just passed out. At that point, you still have nothing to lose.
If her male counterpart got the same training she got, maybe she would never gotten pregnant.
Yes, in the first place.
So it has to be both sides.
I agree.
But let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll now look at the other side of what the Commissioner of Health was saying, that about over 24% of young ladies are sexually active before 18 in Lagos State, or not national, Lagos State. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to continue this conversation, but first, let's see some tweets first.
Danny says, you ladies are looking good. Please wear more traditional attires. Let's stop neocolonialism. Same Danny says, how bad Jumoke? It's not that bad now. Virgin still day. Then Omog Bolanho says, forget that thing. The concept of white wedding is purely colonial slavery. Omokri should relocate to the West. Owolabi Olukayede says, Reno Omokri is very right. So also is the commissioner. Even 14, 15-year-olds are experts in sexual activities.
Okay, I think I have Divine. Divine, are you there? Divine? Hello? From our papa, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please. Okay, I think we've lost that call. All right.
Okay,
so,
more tweets. Mide Coca comedian says, dressing in white is Oyinbo's traditional wedding. We have theirs and we have ours.
when I
Confusion everywhere.
when I saw the report from the Commissioner of Health, I think it's actually, that figure is relatively small, 24%. I would have thought more because...
Like 70%, right?
And yeah, because I know a lot of people that go to the secondary schools and they talk to young people all the time. And they find out that, I mean, when Uwa was here, she used to go for all these events, and she found that lots of secondary school students
Were
are
sexually
sexually
active.
active.
Yes,
No, but
they are.
put your mind right back to secondary school. A lot of our mates were sexually active.
Yes,
Yes,
they
so-
were.
yes.
I think for me, one of the reasons
Go
we
ahead.
should have, we should be chaste, and it's because it's not just for the girl child. That's my pain. As you're teaching the girl child to be chaste, you should be teaching the boy child to be chaste. There was one of the cases I handled recently. A woman who's been married for a couple of years suddenly realized that her husband couldn't perform. And I asked what happened. And she said she's been, they got married. That was the only person she knew. Then I think something happened along the line and she had to go outside and she discovered that she has been missing all her life. Now, one of the reasons why God knows what he's doing when he says, keep yourself and keep yourself. So that when both of you meet fresh, you start together, you start the learning process
The only
together.
experience you have is both of yourselves.
So you don't have
Yes,
to
you
look
don't have
outside.
to.
So wait, so what would I do? What I've done really? Stay in the marriage without having...
She's married now. She's been married for years. I don't know.
Well, that's your question. I don't know how you want us to answer it. On breakfast TV.
Let's be thinking about it. We answer
John
later.
from Ikorodu, please, go ahead. Thanks for calling. I think there's something wrong with our phones today. John, are you there?
Hello.
Please go ahead, sir.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Please, the concept of white is not the concept of white wedding. I said the concept of white wedding.
He's listening to himself on the TV. I think we need to make this announcement over and over again. Please, when you call in, you need to switch off the volume of your TV so you can listen to us. I was going to go ahead.
I was going to go with go on this 24.2% and say that the indices are increasing every time because parents are now relaxing on what is important to tell your daughters or your children. Now the research was on girls, not on boys and girls like Obi said. Now it should have been on both of them. The importance is that our youth are already sexually active, and we are fighting a lot of things. We are fighting sexually transmitted diseases. I remember in secondary school, they distributed condoms in my school. Yes. And a lot of students already knew what they wanted to use it for. What? My mom had a talk with me. I knew, I took it home. But some people never took it home because they were already sexually active. They knew what they needed.
Let me take this call from Divine again. Thanks for calling. Are you there? Okay, so I think our phone lines are bad today.
Now, so we should bring a reorientation campaign, where we now make people proud to say there was this campaign then of Zip Up, campaign of if everybody is doing it, doesn't make it right. To bring back the message of, being chaste is a positive thing. Just by watching Oyeka Onwenu's music that my mom forced me to watch, I said to myself, I'm going to remain chaste till I get married. Not because I was religiously raised alone, because a lot of religiously raised children boycott, their parents. Right. But because I felt proud in it. I felt, this is what would give me prestige.
See, there are two approaches. You see, that Zip Up campaign, I think, is the fair approach of us being afraid of STIs and STDs.
And that doesn't work for long.
I did not get any sexual education until I was in my GS1. I think it was into science, talking about human organs and, But I had been introduced to Sunday school as a child. I had morals as a child to know that when I pick money on the floor, I will go and take it to my teacher and say, it's not my own. I remember my father wrote to my church at the time, commending my Sunday school teacher. So the morals our morals are from our religious background. Okay. So what you're teaching your children is not when they're now 14 or 15. You now start telling them about STIs.
I think
so is that pride, when Nima talked about pride, is the pride of I'm holding myself, to get the trophy when I marry.
Okay, let me take this call quickly and I'll come to you.
I just want us to know what white symbolizes. White symbolizes purity and the holiness. No matter where you look, it is waiting you. That is why Bible says in Isaiah chapter 1 verse 18 to 9, it says, come, let us reason together. If your sins are like crimson, I will make it white like snow. If it is red like this thing, make it like wool.
If it is crimson,
it is waiting you. Just wearing white, it doesn't mean that you are pure or that you are purity as God wants it. Look at, for instance, today, the ritualists, the herbalists, all the evil people, they wear white. They wear white. Does it mean that they are pure or they are holy? We have it in our heart. As we remember it and do it,
God will bless
God
you.
that know who is
the
pure
purity
and
inside.
Holy.
Thank you very much.
The purity inside, that is important. I was going to
wanted to say
something. Obi.
Okay.
In raising religious children, it's not about teaching, just saying go to Ilekeo like they do these days. You see a lot of people, they have all the knowledge, but no morals at all.
No application.
There must be that conscious teaching of that person that, you work on the mind of the person. The person is not just religious on the outside, but the person is God-fearing on the inside and spiritual on the inside, has a relationship with God.
I want to take it from there. We are forgetting that children, they mirror us. So one of the things I found out growing up was the fact that they will teach you, they will talk, but if you are not living it, you will not follow. You won't listen. In Montessori education, I learned that the child has an absorbent mind. It absorbs impressions. So whatever you want to teach a child, you have to live that example. And if I want to teach my kids to wake up and pray, they have to see me model it. I can't be teaching my children to be chaste, and they see me with different men. It's not going to work. They will pretend when you're there, but when you're not there, they will go back to what mommy or what daddy does.
Right.
So hypocrisy is one thing that is killing us in this country.
Right.
Hypocrisy. You teach this, a pastor says this, or this one says that,
But
and they don't
talking
practice.
about hypocrisy. So should we be focusing as a ministry or as a commission? Should we be focusing on, X amount of percentage are not chaste or they are having sex before 18? Or should we just focus on solving the problem such that we're either making available information, sensitizing the parents, teaching, having parental classes for parents,
let me
having
tell you
children to be exposed to the right models, instead of just going about saying, this is the issue, this is the problem.
Most of those people doing those statistics carry small girls. Yes. They go to the universities and they carry babes. Young girls, 16, 17, 18. So you can't be coming out and saying and you are part of the problem. We should look inwards.
All right, let me take Toluwani. Are you there, Toluwani?
Hello. I just want to appreciate you people. You are doing a good job.
Thank you, Toluwani. Go ahead, please, with your thoughts.
I just want to appreciate you people. You people are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Toluwani, are you there?
She just wants to appreciate us.
I wanted to ask her if she was still...
So will she say yes on live TV?
We don't know who she is
You
now.
don't know her face.
You don't know her face
Listen
now.
at all. This statistics is positive in the sense that it wakes us up. Maybe we've laxed over the years about what we are how we are raising our children. I'll be saying now, a lot of parents are preaching, they are not practicing,
doing, yes.
they are not doing, and the person you are teaching is busy watching you, not listening. So whatever you do, we've laxed, and if at all for anything, we must take these statistics we must take it seriously. We don't want our young girls who are not wise enough to go into sexual relations to be going into sexual relations when they don't even know how to protect themselves.
Right. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take some more tweets and phone calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Staying with us. So as we said earlier, our celebrity guests did not show up, and so that we're having a conversation on these topics around. So Jumoke, you have some tweets for us?
Yes. Sonny Daniel says, sincerely, even JSS1 girls are already keeping boyfriends. We really need to orient ourselves and make our morals in schools a must. He says, who told your caller that herbalists are not chaste? Chastity is not a function of the religion you practice. Omogbolahan says, our children, especially in their formative years, imbibe what they see their parents do, not say. We must leave the example. Chuku says, 24% stated by the commissioner is an exaggerated understatement. I mean, we are talking of at least 88% here. Ozozoma says, men are the major reason we have high rates of non-virgins in Nigeria. Before we argue that one, Imi Gochuku says, it hurts. The best gift I should have given my wife, I gave it to non-entities. It really hurts.
All right, let's take this call from Tina from Abuja. Tina, are you there? Hello, Tina. Okay, I think our calls are having issues today.
So Nima was saying that we should argue that men are the reasons.
I
believe that is women.
I disagree.
Because it takes two to tango. And I've mentioned on this couch before. If every woman, I agree, tell your male child and female children, be chaste, wait for yourselves. If both of you are the only ones that you have experience sexually with, you will not have any other knowledge of how sex can be with someone else. I agree. But if all the girls decide to help the universe by closing their legs and saying that they will ask me for my chastity cloth on the day of my wedding
day,
the men will not go and be sleeping with animals.
Can we just create chastity cloth for the guys too?
Sorry?
Can we create chastity cloth for them?
How do we determine that?
measure
Okay,
it?
because you cannot determine.
You can't measure that.
The girl that they too, they are expecting chastity cloth for is a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Pressure.
True.
Do you understand?
Very true.
I agree with her that a lot of times you see guys dating a girl. I remember in university, I had a friend whose goal in life was to get pregnant while we were in school, when I was busy trying to get a degree, because her boyfriend's family required her to be pregnant before marriage. But that was her
Culture
focus.
too.
So the family of the boy, who was expecting him to bring a pregnant wife home without being married to her, what were they promoting?
We have a doctor here who has told us that he would never marry
A professor.
professor here. He said this on the couch. He will never marry his son to a woman without getting her pregnant. Let us see for a fact that she can get pregnant.
So
let me take this call and I'll come to you, Obiajulu. I think it's Omolola. Are you there for Omolola?
Yes.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please. Okay.
there's a decadence in morals across.
What's the cause?
Number one, the media is not helping us at all.
God bless you.
The kind of music these kids hear, you know,
Everything is sensual
everything
and
is
sexual.
sexual. Even when they want to advertise cars, they have a way of making it sexy. You know, so sex sells right now.
Yeah, I agree, but it doesn't really go back to what your education. You see, we all saw that growing up.
No.
Music.
It's bad.
Listen,
My time
It's
is
worse.
listen,
It's
listen,
worse now.
Listen to wait for me.
Nobody here can tell me.
Which
Number
is
one,
it?
let me ask you a
For
question.
me.
When you were in your teenage years, early teenage, did you have boyfriends? Yes or no?
I didn't have.
I didn't.
I didn't have.
It wasn't allowed.
It wasn't
Even
any.
your
I was
reading mates.
Afraid.
Even your reading mates.
At the age of 16.
I didn't have.
We went to school in Nigeria.
I didn't have.
Wait, Morayo. I think my first boyfriend was age of 16. And in those days, it was paper
Letters.
I love you, letter.
Yes, that's what I'm
love
saying.
you,
Ditto.
Tato.
Did you write all those letters?
It's the definitions we.
Maybe because nobody looked at my direction. I was very black and ugly, so they didn't come.
The point I'm trying to make is that
You're not ugly.
these things are always going to be there. It's how you train up your child. That, listen, this is pornography here, this is alcohol here, these are all bad vices. There's a way you let the child know, so he or she can make the choices.
Yeah.
But if you always make it look as if, oh, they're exposed to these, they're exposed to that, they will continually be exposed to it, but somebody must tell them first. Define what those things are to them in the house, so that when they go out there, they can make educated choices.
My dad used to do something when we were growing up. He would take you out, take you to a proper restaurant, order for you.
Yes.
When you are done eating, say it's so that somebody will not come and take you to a restaurant.
My dad
tomorrow.
did that as
You will
well.
say I've never eaten before.
I've mentioned it on this couch before that my stepmother used to give us Hennessy when you have headache. She would say, ring for your bima, just come here. She give us one cup of Hennessy, throw it in your mouth. And I wonder, I'll tell my mother in the house, and I go, yeah, if I
Should have made you a
me.
drug.
But you see, I appreciate those small Hennessy shots. Because when I grew up, I can see Hennessy say, there's no big deal in Hennessy.
Thank God for your life. That God had something to do with that your life. If not, you
would have.
Or even on this couch, you have the point Hennessy inside your breakfast cup.
I'm just
I
saying,
have
though.
more to do.
That would not have changed anything.
Jumoke, this is Omogola again. The truth is that pressures are usually from men. I'm a man and I know what I'm saying. You know ladies' hearts are feeble. Very true, Shao. John says, prayer is the only way out because it begins in the mind. So many sex promoting programs on air now. God is the only way. Mr. PJ Comedian says, yes, children model after parents, but sometimes they can create their own beliefs. My papa, they smoke, but I do not smoke.
Let's pause it. Let's now prefer suggested solutions
Okay.
in the two scenarios. First, in the wedding gowns.
Yes.
What's the way forward concerning wedding? Do you think we should continually look for the white, or should we just say wear what you feel like wearing?
Wear what you feel like wearing.
Mario, which year are you going back to?
Wear what you feel
Going
like
forward
wearing.
for the second one.
No, first one first.
Wear what
Wedding
you feel like
dresses
wearing.
get white or no?
All of us are going to wear white.
We're
Nobody's
in
going to come
agreement,
and wear
though.
pink to come and tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't a virgin. Come on, just forget.
Wear what you
Anybody
feel like
will wear
wearing.
what color they want.
Yeah, but people are beginning to wear traditional outfits.
I
Like I'm
think
going to have a
church
wedding
weddings.
next year, 10th year wedding
We're
anniversary.
talking about fresh wedding.
No, even fresh. You know, they did not allow me to do that fresh. That was what I wanted. So this one, I'm mirroring that my fresh.
So solution to
Payback.
chastity, I believe that the media, like Obia Julio mentioned, because we didn't see a lot of these things on, I mean,
wasn't
NTA
as
used to open at
intense.
4 o'clock. You needed to do your homework, there was no TV. You
Not only
know,
that.
but now in the songs, in the lyrics, on TV, and the
Access.
media is accessible to any child from age 1 these days. So we must be careful what we are exposing them to. We as the media must be conscious of what we're projecting.
Okay,
I want to implore artists, and I mean artists, whether you're English speaking or Yoruba speaking, because a lot of vulgar things happen on the Yoruba musicians, their music. I was listening to one recently, the way they promote, and you don't have to be educated to be loose. See, they should start to preach the right things. Because, you know,
They know the right things.
they know. Because in one particular, I don't want to quote the particular musician, because I listened to him just the day before yesterday. He was talking about a bad wife who was adulterous. And then, you know, he went straight, after intro of that, singing vulgar things. So if you want to value a home, you know, the home is the basic part of society.
I agree with you.
We should start to promote the right things.
I agree with you promoting the right thing. But I also say that, I go back to what I said earlier, because I remember from my own experience. I left the country when I was 15 years old. It was the foundation I had here.
That helped
the
you.
true foundation. When I got exposed in the US, pornography was in my face. It's there. It's in your face. Your friends are there. There's gay. You have a gay friend. You have a lesbian neighbor who's coming to you. It's right in your face. But it is the foundation of training that I had that I could choose. I say, this is not my own. Even if you can still indulge yourself once in a while. Because there was the time I've said it here before, that I thought I was gay. I was on campus. I felt, you know what, I'm not attractive. I had an accident in my head. I had a skull fracture. No guy wants to date me. So I felt, you know what, let me hang out with the gay girls. And we're hanging out together. I was in their clique. But one day my brother was like, snap out of it. You are Nigerian. This is, you know. So the point is that you might still test it, but foundation is so key.
I want to quickly add that the parents have a lot of work to do.
Exactly.
All this money we are chasing. Sometimes monitor your children, monitor what they do.
Fantastic.
Tell them this is good and this is bad.
Right.
Everybody has their path in life. They will make their choices. There's nothing you can do about it. But monitor them. I watch, there's certain cartoons I sit down with my kids and I watch. And you hear, even animal cartoons, they kiss and they talk about relationship. Daddy, I put my hand on my head. I was like, I don't want you people to watch this anymore. They say, Mommy, boys, you say we can watch animal cartoon. I said, the language they are using here is not healthy. I wouldn't have known if I didn't stay there.
I think we can end on that. Thank you very much, Obiajulu. That's all we can take on the show today. I hope you learned a few things. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.